All right, we have 1973 Williams Gulfstream. This game was designed by Norm Clark, artwork by Christian Marsh. Thank you for the pointy people. This Gulfstream is an electromechanical pinball machine. So that means it uses physical switches, motors, relays, stepper units, score reels, and chimes. And that's what makes this machine work. There are no logic boards of any kind in this machine, no computers. So one of the cool things about this game is that it is an add-a-ball pinball, which means that there is no free games, unlike most traditional pins. But you can earn extra balls by completing different tasks on the game. So in this particular add-a-ball game, you can earn up to 10 balls at any given time. Now this was a complete restoration, and it was the second of this year. We just recently finished up on Genco's Argentine, which from 1941, a flipperless pre-war pinball machine. Check that out, among others, in our restoration guides through Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. But this machine was stripped down, the whole cabinet, all of its assemblies. It was cleaned, adjusted, and installed new hardware. We have installed a playfield protector on this pin to protect the excessive amounts of touch-ups that were necessary, and that will also help for the original paint for protection for years to come. So without further ado, I present to you 1973 Gulfstream. So you can see we are on ball 5, or 5 balls to play rather. Now that can go all the way up to 10, as I was mentioning. It can drop down to 0. That's when your game's over. So until that's at 0, the game isn't over. So you can go, let's say I lose 2 balls, but all of a sudden I add a ball, now I'm back up to 3, and so forth, back and forth. Now the real object of this game is to utilize this grid in the center of the playfield, the tic-tac-toe grid, as I like to call it. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you get any 3 in a row, whether it be vertical, horizontal, or diagonal, you get an add-a-ball. Okay, so right now it would go up to 6 if that was the case. You can see the insert is lit on the 2. So in order to lock that in, we would be hitting the center target. Now if you hit the center target, it's going to lock in the 2. You would then, by hitting either slingshots or pop bumpers or rollovers, certain things activate this grid, and the selection, along with these playfield buttons, the button rollovers, it'll activate this 2 where it's lit right now and move it to the 3, then move it to the 4, and so on and so forth. So you want to be constantly hitting that center target to lock those numbers in place and get your 3 in a row. So that's one way to add a ball. In addition to that, you can also add a ball by lighting the special. So you see the SPECI up on the very top apron, and then you have the A and the L on those little outlanes, the little orbits there. And if you light all of those, that will light your special in the scoops as well as the in lanes. Now, when you get into the scoop or the in lane, I believe it's 2 balls that it awards you rather than 1 for doing special. So that's how you really want to keep your game alive and continue to add balls. In addition to that, you have regular scoring, which through the top insert, or the rollovers rather, you're looking at 500 points. You also have your pop bumpers, which are normally 10 points, but if you hit the stand-up targets that are on the top of the playfield, that will turn the lights on for the pop bumpers and bring it from 10 to 100 points per hit, which really makes a difference. Then you have your orbits, which are 500, your scoops or your kickouts, those are 500, but if they're lit, they're 5,000. And the same with your in lanes. So that is the gist of the rule set. It can be a very unforgiving game. And these are AC flippers, which, to my amazement, are quite powerful once rebuilt. So I'm very pleased with how powerful the flippers are, how quick the game plays, and for 1973 electromechanical, the only thing that is running off of DC are your slingshots and your pop bumpers. So let's make our first plunge and hear those sweet chimes. Good. So you can see we got our C lit, and basically I want to get anything but that. And ideally you want to nudge, so now we've lit our pop bumpers. There's our scoop. There's our stand-up target. Two balls gone just like that. So we got the P, C, the A, and the L. So we want either the S, the E, or the I. And the I is it, so that's good. So we got it lit again, and that took a lot. Missed that opportunity. So we're not doing very well this game. Going for the E or the S. I would normally nudge, but for the camera's sake, I have I'm doing minimal nudging right now. So you can see we're, wow. So we hit the center target twice. We have our 7 and 9 lit. Right now it's on 5. We have our single ball left. This is a terrible game. 10,000. There we go. Let's get that E. Come on now. No. We got our 5 lit, and you can see specials are lit. Oh my god. And I just whiffed on that big time. So our special was lit, and if we would have gone into the scoop, it would have given us 2 balls, so we would have been at 3 balls. Let's try that again. Love those score reels. Obviously a single player. We really want to start off with this pop slip. Quite often you get lucky with the slingshots, and they'll work their way to the target, the stand-up target, just like that, which can be quite rewarding. We really want to, I got to start hitting that, or it's going to be a long game, or a short game. So again, anything but the C is what we're looking for. There we go. That's nice. Like I said, unforgiving. Unforgiving. E or I? No. Down the center. And every once in a while that'll happen. You feel like you have no control, but yeah, that's pinball. We're almost to our specials lit. We're doing terrible with our center target. It's not good at all. Keep it up. There we go. Where was that a couple minutes ago? Tops are lit. Really need that eye. There we go. Let's see if we can route that. Not quite. I had a perfect opportunity there, which you don't always get in this game. That was bad. That eye. Come on, get that eye. There we go. So we got the 2, the 6, the 7. What's really going on there? We added 1 there. We're rocking it. We got, come on, get off of that target. Specials lit. Every time we're hitting that target, we're at 5,000 points instead of 500. Big points to be had here. Get over there. Get out. So not a terrible game, but not really a great game. Let's see if we can get a decent one for you. So you can see we had a lot going on by the end. We could have gotten the 8, that would have added a ball. We could have gotten the 3, that would have added a ball. We could have gotten the 4, that would have added a ball. And we had our specials lit. We were doing pretty well. We still needed a couple of rollovers there, but things were going good. And you can see how quickly you can lose balls very, very quickly in a short amount of time. It doesn't take much to end this 5-ball game. Nah, that's bad. You saw that one. Nice. Pops are lit. That's a good thing. There's our 4. It's on 5 right now. So we got a 2 there. Gotta have at least one good ball. Get over there. Oh. Slow roll of death. Come on, light plunge. There we go. No. Yep. This game is kicking my butt. Let's get that eye. There we go. Get that lead, baby. Woo, just barely saved that one. Oh, come on. So we got our 8 lit now. We got a special lit. There we go. So we just added some. So basically we're back up at 2, and you can see how that really helps. I'm missing that target still quite a bit there in the center. again, not much going on there. We're really missing out here. I'm missing a lot of things. So we had E and C that we could have lit for special, and we had nothing going on in our tic-tac-toe. Let's keep going here. You can tell I have not had much luck here in these games. Shot like that, you should miss. That special. Got some stuff in here. I want that special. Come on. Something going on. Damn it. C or I? Looks like we got the I. Gun. Come on. If you weren't aiming for him, you'd be hitting him non-stop. There we go. So you saw the ball go up. We're going to keep drilling that center target. Damn it. We're at 3, we're at 44,000. If you can keep your balls above 3, for me it's a good comfort zone. So we got the P and the C is what we're going for here. And we didn't accomplish it. That was a big time amateur move. Come on, get out of there. Damn it. There you go. So we grab the C on top there. Oh, had it and let it go. All right, so specials lit again. It's on the in lanes, not on the scoops. So I don't want to be counting on that. And that's what you end up with. So let's give it one more go We're progressively getting a little bit better. Let's hope this is the cream of the crop. I want those pops lit first thing. That really helps the score. Oh my God. Go for a drop catch, and you get nothing. Again, we're missing that just by a tiny bit, but that's enough. Damn it. I'm just not doing it today. Chance there with the nudging, but pops are lit. Let's start adding them. That's the great thing about out of ball is you're never out of it. There's so much that can happen to get you right back in the game. So we got a lot going on this grid here. Look at us adding balls now. Of course we lose one of them, but you can see how quickly that can change. So we had that grid lit up like a Christmas tree, and we were adding them left and right. Pops lit again, that's good news. Oh, get out, there you go. Oh. Phantom drain right down the middle, man. I blame it on not being level, but I just got done leveling it. Again, that was just me. We got 5 and 6 lit. You can see it switching. Pops are lit. That was bad. Get out! Oh. So there it is, folks. Again, night